Jade Harrell with STL TV, and we are celebrating Juneteenth all over our city. It is Freedom Day, and celebrations are happening everywhere. Awareness campaigns, resource fairs, information celebrating joy, triumph, as well as the struggle. We are going to Fairground Park. We'll also be at St. John's Church. We are going to make sure that we talk to who understands and who wants to know more about this special day. I am here with two amazing people who are taking part in the festivities. I just had to know what you think of what's happening, not only here, but now on this federal holiday called Juneteenth.
Well, I like it more than like. I love how, the acknowledgement of it all is beginning coming forth June 19th. And it's in the particular city of St. Louis, I've seen a lot of events over the weekend, which showing that people are acknowledging and understanding, and history from the past is coming to the future and present. And I would just like for it to continue to grow more and more people know more about it.
Absolutely. And what about you, Lovely? You look like you're having a ball.
I'm having a ball. I even bought this jewelry from one of the vendors here. And as they say, it's not just about shopping, but if you can support vendors and you have something that supports your culture, why not? We were just talking about the various different Juneteenth celebrations all over. They don't have to be one. We can have many, because wherever you are in your community, we're celebrating Juneteenth.
I'm here with Yolanda. Yolanda, what does this mean for you?
It means everything. Freedom from oppression, freedom from just being enslaved for many years. I'm just happy to be here celebrating with the community and with the people. Love, fun, laughter, and freedom.
Well, we've been talking about the news of freedom, celebrating freedom, and that there's joy in the struggle. But what does it really mean to be free? And Congresswoman Cori Bush says repair needs to be made, and she's done something about it. We're out here in Fairground Park. We've talked about it, and you went on and said it.
Yes.
What needs to happen beyond just saying I'm sorry?
Yeah, so there has to be an apology from the U.S. government, because the U.S. government allowed the enslavement of Africans in this country, people who were stolen from their own country. Let's start with that. But also the vestiges of slavery. So it's not just we gotta. It's not like when slavery ended, when chattel slavery ended in 1865. It's not like equity came and equality came in this country. So there has to be a repair, like you said. There has to be compensation, restitution, and then satisfaction for Black folks in this country. We're talking about 40 million people who are due the reparations from the federal government to the tune of at least the $14 trillion, which is the approximately the black-white wealth gap. Why, in a just and equitable country, is there a $14 trillion wealth gap just because between Black and white people? It's unjust.
We are here at St. John's Church with the Reverend Michelle Higgins, who is the senior pastor here, and they are hosting once again and welcoming the community, but making sure that things are happening right here on this block. I am so glad to be here with you. Tell us about Juneteenth and what this means to you to host again.
So St. John's, one of the reasons we love the Juneteenth cookout is because it brings people up to the Northside community. They get to see what we're doing out here on North Grand and Lee. We're right across the street from Fairground Park, which is a historical place where I don't know if y'all remember the history. They cemented that swimming pool up because Black folks started showing up, and now we are reclaiming this neighborhood. Juneteenth for us means two things: people who make a plan and people who are ready to party. So we acknowledge that Black people have freed ourselves. We freed ourselves. In 1865, that was only the beginning. And now the People's Plan Coalition of St. Louis, which is over 50 local organizations, they're coming to this cookout to premiere our new plan to make St. Louis a better home for our future. Arch City, Action St. Louis, Freedom Community Center, Pro-Choice Missouri, they will all be out here because we want to start in the place where Blackness in St. Louis has been rooted. We want to expand and grow further. So we're celebrating, but we're also talking about reparations, and we hope that people will come out to both learn And yes, get some good food at the cookout as well.
So then give us an idea and an understanding of what reparations means to you. Because when you think of repair and making good, there are several components, from acknowledging the harm to doing your best to restore. What does it look like for you?
Yeah, restoration is most certainly part of it. We expect not just this idea of reparations as a check in hand, which I would go so far as to demand, but we want to see systemic repair done that is at no cost to the people who have suffered the systemic divestment. So if this area has been disinvested from, funds and policies and resources have been pulled away from our predominantly, overwhelmingly, 99% Black neighborhoods, those funds need to come back without us lifting a finger except to say we're ready to receive them, our children are ready for better education. It should not be on me to increase the value of our property. It should be on the governments that decided the value of our property was decreased because of the color of my skin. And so even our church, at the founding of our church 170 years ago, part of the original creed was that no brown-skinned people would take part or own the land. And now we own the land. And so resistance is really important for us. But in order for us to really experience reparations, we want to see not just an acknowledgement, but action from the people who have the power to reinvest systemic funds.
What they're teaching us here is that the freedom is ours, and we take the ownership of that, and that action and the triumph are ours to have. Mayor, you're here in celebration as well, but the action I see all throughout this event has been inspired by some of the work you're doing.
Yes, absolutely. During the earlier announcements, we talked about how the Reparations Commission is having another meeting coming up on Saturday, and it was a commission I founded through an executive order to put a group of people together, a diverse group of people together, so we can start talking about reparations. You know, everybody thinks they know what reparations is, but it's more than just money. It's always reparations, and it's to repair the conditions that Black people have endured in this country for generations. And it also ties to the work that we're doing at St. Louis Development Corporation with our Economic Justice Action Plan, which is helping to reverse decades of disinvestment in marginalized neighborhoods.
What does freedom look like as you envision it for this area?
Freedom looks like cranes in the sky for North St. Louis. It looks like commercial development where they have grocery stores and other and hardware stores and the type of industry that we see in South St. Louis, where they don't have to travel miles and miles and miles just to get the things that they need for their home. So hopefully we'll be able to bring that kind of industry to North St. Louis, and then people can walk to work or bike to work or however they choose to get around. It also includes expanding public transit for people who don't have a car. So we're trying to make sure that we can leave St. Louis better than we found it.
Absolutely. What a wonderful, enjoyable day all over St. Louis experiencing Juneteenth. I'm Jade Harrell with STL TV. Stay connected and don't miss all that we're doing to share and bring that to you.